Hey, welcome to this shortwave radio channel, and this is the review of the Retekess TR614 AM FM shortwave receiver for the elderly, according to their description on the Amazon website. So this is a 25-ish dollar portable receiver, and it is fair size. I mean, it's very light, so there's not a lot of electronics in here, but it's a nice little size. Gives ample place for a speaker here. So this is something that I just simply purchased because I was purchasing something, and you know how Amazon is. It knows immediately what you like, and it says, "Oh, by the way, there's this Retekess radio that you might be interested in." And I saw the price, and I thought, okay, could be a nice little video. So I posted two videos today. One receiving radio prog on 15770 on shortwave. One receiving or tuning around the AM radio band. And so, of course, one of the things I also did was listen to my VPR station. So here in Montreal, I like to listen to 107.9 WVPR in Burlington, Vermont. And I know that the radio is good when on FM when it receives WVPR quite easily, and this one does. And so what do I think? First of all, what is this? It's a simple, very simple portable receiver, but don't be fooled. It's not, even though it's analog, it's not analog. It's DSP based. When you tune, you notice that it has steps like a DSP receiver, and when it fades out and in, and actually if you listen to the Radio Prague broadcast, you'll see that there's a fade out where the signal just disappears. It's very typical of DSP based receivers. So basically what they did, they got a silicon integrated, it's 4734 35 whatever. They built a radio around it. That's pretty much what's happening today. They use that chip because it's cheap. It's a radio on a chip, but how it performs depends on what you do around it. And they just build this radio around it. It is a simple radio to use. Tuning at the top. There's a on-off button with volume here. And there's a earphone jack. There's a recharge jack. The reason why, very simple. This thing uses a 18650 rechargeable lithium-ion battery. So if you don't like that, that's maybe a problem. The size that it has, it could have, they could have said, hey, let's put two C-size batteries in here. That would have fit in there. And two C-size batteries would have been, first of all, easy to find and work well. But they decided to use 18650 lithium-ion instead. So you recharge it by the recharge jack here. The cable is included within the package. So the coverage is FM, of course. Doesn't go down to 64. Some go down really low. This one is a standard FM, 88 to 108. Medium wave is lacking. It's very surprising that in 2021 a radio like this doesn't go up to 1710 kilohertz. In North America. It kind of goes roughly to about, it might reach 1650-ish, but that's a stretch. So it's not meant to go to 1710. Also, their shortwave band is kind of weird because if you look at the shortwave band, it's 8 to 18 megahertz. So instead of having a standard, going down to at least 6 megahertz, because let's face it, 49 meter band is an important band to have on the radio. This thing doesn't go down to the 49 meter band. It stops at 8 megahertz, which is kind of weird. So I don't know who designed this, but it's so bizarre that they just, lack of extended AM band, just goes down to 8 megahertz. Kind of weird. How does it perform? So of course the band switch is on the front here, so there's a little light, red light, that shows you which band you're actually tuning. FM, medium wave, or shortwave. Let's give it its good point. The sound quality is amazing. This thing has powerful and really good sound. For that, you got to give that. for the simplicity of tuning around and, you know, for somebody that is not very good with technology, okay, let's give it points there. FM is not bad. You know, if you consider that here I live in a FM hell zone where everything overloads, it's actually not that bad. I do get WVPS, and you know, a lot of receivers I got here aren't even able to do that. So you gotta commend that this is at least good for that. Medium wave isn't too bad, although the filter seems to be a little wide, a little too wide, but overall it does still a good job. Shortwave is sensitive to a certain point. My problem here is that there's a lot of overloading from the FM stations. So FM breakthrough through the shortwave spectrum is mostly what's preventing me from tuning. When I put the radio in a way that actually FM breakthrough is minimized, it kind of gets shortwave signals. So I would suspect that if you live in a place where it's not a problem, this might not be too bad of a radio. But there's no excuse for a radio today that doesn't go down at least to 6 megahertz. Come on. 49 meter band is probably one of the... If I had to choose between what are the international broadcast bands that are used the most, 49 meter band is... If it's not number one, it's very close. Especially in the evening. So that's a huge problem. But for the rest, that's what it is. And I'll have more videos showing you a little more about this radio. It has a nice little finish, kind of a wooden, fake wooden finish on plastic. It's very lightweight, like I said, but it's still pretty big for a radio. So that's pretty much what I have to say. I would not necessarily recommend anyone buy this. But you know what? For a kitchen radio, that would be like just an AM FM radio, mostly with possibility of shortwave. With the good audio it has, it's actually not that bad. It could be a nice little kitchen radio, but this is definitely not something you should purchase if you're a serious shortwave listener and want something that actually tunes, that is easy to use and tunes the shortwave bands. It's lacking a lot in there, and I would not recommend this. So the Retekess TR614 radio for the elderly. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.